Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so right here, I am surrounded by unbelievable, just absolute sweetness and cuteness right now. If they wake up, I will show them to you guys. I really, to be honest with you, like, I didn't even plan on vlogging today. I was like, I don't even think I'm gonna vlog today. I thought that, we would get home and they would want to play and go for walks, and we did a little bit of that, and I introduced them to like all the rooms in the house, and I carried them around and I showed them and all this kind of stuff. And then I put them on the bed and they like fell asleep instantly. They like on the way, so we went over there at about noon to get them. And we were there for like an hour talking to her and all this kind of stuff. And then on the way home, they fell asleep, and then brought them home and like introduced them to the yard, and like my neighbors were out there and stuff like that and got to see them. And so, anyway, I really thought, I was like, well, they'll probably be pretty active. And I was like, I don't know. I had said yesterday in my video, I was like, well, if they sleep or take a nap throughout the day, then like I'll throw up the camera. I think I got a couple of, you guys were so supportive. You're like, just take the time. You don't have to film or vlog or anything like that. One of the things I have to tell you, it's so weird, is that when I film videos on the bed, I usually take the pillows. Like I have this pillow and then I have this pillow. I usually take the pillows and I put them over there, and I'm sitting closer to the camera. I'm kind of sitting far away from the camera because the one little guy is like snuggled all around the pillow. He is sleeping where Boo Radley used to sleep. He went right between the pillows and started sleeping. So I don't want to move him right now. So later in the video, if they don't wake up, I'll like pick them up and I'll show them to you guys, or I'll like bring the camera over here. But I want to tell you a story. The one little guy, you guys, so their first toy ever was this little duck, which I would show you. It's like this big, and he's got his head on it. I mean, they are two of the most loving dogs in the entire world. And she told us more of a story today, and it was kind of really sad. Like, we found out that they were basically like in a crate, like on this front porch, like in the heat in Kentucky, and it just was, so anyway, went there to get them. I feel like since they're asleep, I can kind of like, this, I don't know, and Alex is gone. So Alex was supposed to have this, well, he is at his 40th birthday party today. But they've been planning this 40th birthday party for like ever, okay, for this friend of his that he used to work with. And it's like all these friends that used to work together, and they were getting together for this birthday party today, for their one friend's 40th birthday party. Well, they were supposed to do it at their one friend's house, and she has a pool and stuff like that. And so, but today, it's like raining. It's not pretty in Indianapolis. It's like raining, and then it stops like on the way home. It was like downpour in Indianapolis. And so it's been raining off and on, and so the last minute, people started canceling, and they're like, oh, like this came up, because, all of them are like, older and married and have kids now from when they like first met 20 years ago, and they were 20 and didn't have any kids. And so like, I think like 6 or 7 people ended up canceling today. And so it was supposed to be, I think, like 10 to 12 people. And now it's Alex and his friend whose birthday it is, and the friend whose house was going to host it. And so she's like, I don't know that it's a great pool day, but we can still come out here. We can get like pizzas and stuff like that. They had like arranged all this stuff they were going to do for all these people, but everybody was canceling. So they ended up going to brunch instead. So they're at brunch right now. And so Alex is like, so I don't know how to work the Apple TV. So he was like showing me how to do the Apple TV. He was like, you should play Jurassic Park because they'll like the sounds of it and stuff like that. I mean, like, they are out. They are like asleep. And she told me, she's like, they're probably going to sleep because like the drive home, they had to like go and stop and see some other people last night and all this kind of stuff. And so the drive home from where she was and to Indianapolis was like 8.5 hours. And so she's like, we stopped like every hour to like let all, because it was these little guys, their sister, her boyfriend's dog, and her 4 dogs. So like they were like all in the car. So they had to stop like every hour to like take the dogs out and stuff like that. So it was like a really long trip home. And she's like, they were pretty tired when we got home. So she was like, I think they're going to probably sleep most of today. So anyway, so that's where Alex is. And so, like, honestly, I didn't really think that I was going to vlog today or tomorrow. And then, since they're sleeping right now, because Alex is like, well, what are you going to do while I'm gone? He's like, are you just going to, like, lay down and kind of, like, take a nap with them and stuff like that? And I was like, well, I want to watch them. So, So we're going to crate train them at first, and like they're going to sleep in the crate at night and stuff like that. They're very like, especially now while they're still puppies. I'm a big believer in crate training. Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee were all crate trained. Boo loved his crate. Like, till the very end, he would go down there. He ate out of his... So we used to separate Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee. Pee-Pee would eat in the kitchen. Tucker would eat at the top of the stairs or in the little entryway. And Boo Radley always ate in his house. And we would call it their house. And we'd just go to your house, and they would, like, run down there. And they loved their house. Like, I mean, Tucker didn't love it as much as Boo, but, like, they would go in there. They didn't mind going in there. And so... so we're gonna, you know, I'm gonna crate train them from the very beginning. So they're not gonna sleep in bed with us at first. Plus they're so little that I don't want to like fall asleep, you know, with them being on here. But I do have, so here's the thing. The older brother, or not the older brother, the bigger brother I thought was bigger than he is. And he's actually very, very small. They're 2 pounds and 6 pounds, and they're 5 months old. And so, yeah, their birthday is February 13th. So I thought that they would be the older one, I keep on saying. The bigger brother. Hi, honey. Hi. They are both just such, like, lovers. Like, have just been, like, crawling all over me and, like, kissing my face and stuff like that. So anyway, I got, like... So... I washed and, like, got all together, like, Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee's bed that they didn't, like, really use a lot, the big one down there. I mean, it is massive for these 2 little dogs. But then, like, the Boo Radley's bed, you know, his purple bed that he had, so I got each of them one. And then I knew the little guy was, like, 2 pounds. And so, I know you guys are dying to know the names. I know you're dying to know the names. So, the little guy, I was like, he's probably so small that that bed will be big for him, which, you know, it'll be okay. Oh, he just woke up. It'll be okay. So, now he's going back to sleep. So I was like, well, I'll get a little bed for him, like a littler bed, because Boo's bed was like medium size. So I now have 2. Well, one of them has only come. The other 2 are still on their way. So I have 2 of the size of Boo's bed, and then I have 1 really small one. But they could probably, both of them, sleep in the same bed. And when we got there, they were sleeping in the same bed with their sister. So I know a lot of you said you should take all 3 of them, okay? And if she was still available today, I can 100% tell you that I would. But she already was going to another home. So he's waking up. Do you guys want to see him? Okay. So this is the little one. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hello to everybody? Well, hi, hun. Oh, what are you doing? You want to tell everybody your name? You do? You want to tell everybody your name? Okay, he says, I want to go back to sleep. Your brother is asleep. What are you doing? You go back to sleep? He's kind of oh. So we actually thought he looked a little bit like Boo at first, but now we really think that he looks like Tucker. You guys want to see? He's like laying down on the bed over there. Okay, so here, I'm just going to show them to you guys right now. You're gonna die. They're so cute. Okay, so this one right here. You want to say hi to everybody? That's Otis. And you ready for the surprise cuteness of the world? Right there. This is Walter. And he is sleeping on his new little duck toy. So that's Walter. And that's little Otis. And Otis is well, I think he's like, she said 2.2 pounds now. And Walter is 6 pounds. Look, he is so out. Isn't he so precious? This little guy right here is the brother that, like, really was not going to be, like, adopted by anybody. And he is like, at first, like, he was so shy. Oh, what are you doing? You waking up? This little guy and his sisters, well, hi, reminded me that they smell so much like puppies, too. Reminded us so much of, like, Boo and Tucker when we first got them. Yeah, what are you doing, little bud? What are you doing? Is your little tail going crazy? Yeah. So this is Walter. You want to say hi, Walter? Say hi, everybody. And that is Otis. Okay. So I have to be honest with you. I did not plan to pull the camera out at all. today and vlog, like I said, because I didn't know that they were going to like sleep and take naps, number one. Number two, if I did, I didn't know if I was going to show them. And everybody was so nice about it. They were like, you don't have to vlog, don't vlog this weekend if you don't want to or whatever. To be honest with you, I'm just sitting here and I'm just going to like throw on Jurassic Park or something in the background. I think tonight, Alex and I are going to watch, we still haven't caught up on the Final Destination movie. So I asked him if he wanted to watch that. And then everybody's telling me that, because last night we got caught up on, was it last night or the night before? No, last night we got caught up on The Housewives. So we watched Miami. The Housewives are so messy anymore. We watched Miami and we watched Orange County last night. And we watched something else. I can't remember. No, then he watched Love Island. And so when I got done vlogging, I went to the pool. I was supposed to go with Laura. But then Laura's mom wanted to go to the pool because they tread water for like exercise. And so her mom was going to come like an hour later. And Laura was like, can you wait? And I was like, I would rather go now because Alex and I want to watch some shows. And she's like, okay, well, we'll just go sometime this weekend. So I went up to the pool for like literally like 15 minutes. But it was very, very nice. And then I came back and then Alex and I watched Miami and Orange County. And then I took a nap. And then I got up and... I mean, this house is so prepared for these dogs. But as a little side note, I will say this. Last night, I had to go through, got the crate completely ready for them downstairs last night. And, yeah. I love that he's sleeping on his little deck. He just turned over. Walter just turned over. So, this is an exciting day. I'm very happy. But I have to tell you, last night was a little sad for me because I was listening to music and the sad music came on and on my AirPods while I was doing it. And like most of Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee's toys and clothes and stuff like that, we have all of it like in these like crates. The stuff that we're keeping, that means something to us. But on top of the crate that we really haven't done much with since Boo's passed away. And towards the end, he hardly ever went into his crate. Every once in a while he would, but like not like... a little bit, like he would go down there sometimes, like if he was like, you know, whatever, like hot last summer and stuff like that. But towards the end, there were a few times, I think I talked about it on the vlog, like one time he like went down there and that was when I was like really, really worried. But anyway, so on top of there, we had like all these blankets that we used through the years with the dogs and some of their toys and like costumes and stuff like that. So I literally, and I had to take the comforter because we keep like this huge comforter. So when you walk down the stairs in the basement, there's this little like alcove to the right. And it's perfect for this crate that we have that we call their house. And so it's in there. So I had to take that out. I had to like, shop vac that whole area, like all the dust balls and all that kind of stuff. And then like clean out the entire inside of the crate. And I had to wash all the comforter. I put actually a different comforter over it so it's real dark, and stuff like that so it can sleep. And then put it back in there and made it all real nice. And was washing like the Costco blankets and stuff like that and getting them ready for these little guys today so that it was all ready. So I was like getting everything ready. Last night I put like all their food and their treats up into the cabinet. So we're transitioning them slowly off of the food that they're on right now to the food that our vet wanted them, or like suggested, the Royal Canin food. So they're right now on like Purina wet food, like half of that. And then, and our vet was like not big on that. And then the other one, I think it's Purina like dry food. And then they mix like half and half. And so, but anyway, so we're gonna try to slowly get off the wet food and then also change the brand. But so Tanya and also the vet kind of like, the vet tech told us how to like transition the food so their tummies don't get sick and stuff like that. So anyway, I got all that done stuff last night. But today my plan wasn't to vlog. I thought that they would like want to do stuff and whatever. And so when Alex was gone, I'm like, okay, I'm just like, they're just sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, let's just watch a movie and whatever. So I was like, no. And then there was like one or two people that were like, please show us pictures. I got like some DMs yesterday from people, well, more than a couple, but I got some DMs and people were like, like, please throw up some pictures and please do this and please do that. And I'll probably in a day or two, I don't know, maybe it'll be today, but I don't think so. I want to wait. I mean, the guys are like just getting adjusted. This is, their new home. They don't, know this place yet. And they're so sleepy today and stuff. So, in a couple days, I'll probably throw up a post, a welcome home post or something like that on the Instagram. They're a little, oh my God, holding a little paw again. I just missed it so much. our neighbors were so sweet. When we pulled in, like, they were like our neighbors next door, our neighbor on the corner, like, she was leaving and she came out to see them, and he came over to see them, and Laura's dad had just pulled up, and I know her dad real well, and so he was like, oh my God, are those the new dogs? Laura was telling me about it and stuff. And so they were outside. They both did their potties outside, first potties in the yard. And so yeah, so here's the naming, the picking of the names. This little guy, Otis, is dreaming. I could just see him. He was dreaming. You know how you can tell when dogs dream? So, okay. So Pee-Pee had this little blue dog, okay? And I don't even remember how old he was when we got it. But we had Boo and Tucker when we got this little blue dog. It's in the closet, the linen closet outside there, and it's like all like Alex has got this like comforter or this quilt that Pee-Pee was on like towards the end and stuff like that, and some of his favorite toys like his lady and whatever. He's got it all wrapped up in this ribbon because he went and looked at it the other day. So, or pulled it out the other night when we were talking about this. And so we were going through names, okay? And I had all these different names. Yes, Atticus was one of the names I was going to pick from To Kill a Mockingbird. I wanted to do Atticus and Otis, but I felt like they sounded so much alike that I didn't think that was fair to do to a dog. So I wanted two distinct sounding dog names so the dogs sounded different, so that if, you know, you call them or whatever, then they know their names. Atticus and Otis sound very similar. I also wanted a To Kill a Mockingbird name. And I'll be honest with you, like, the vet, when I said that Atticus, all the girls in the vet, like, so we know all the people that work there because we've been going there for years. And so they were real excited about all this. And so when I was running names by them, when I said Atticus, they were like, oh, I really like that. Which was kind of surprising because, like, Alex is like, they're your dogs. You name them whatever you want. And so when I was running through the dog names, he was like, I was like, Sprout, no. Patches, no. Willie, no. I mean, he just said no. He was like, I don't like any. He's like, they're your dogs. Name them whatever you want. But he's like, I don't like any of those dog names. And I was like, okay. And then I got to Atticus, and he was like, oh, I kind of like Atticus. Well, later that night we were talking, and he had just kind of been like looking up like dog names and stuff like that. And Otis was on there. And he goes, what about Otis? And he goes, do you remember the little blue dog that was Pee-Pee's? And then he kind of passed it down because, like, Pee-Pee and Tucker would play with this little blue dog. I think the blue dog is, like, from some cartoon or something like that. I can't remember, like Blue's Clues or something like that. But anyway, I named him Otis. I don't know why I named him Otis. I don't remember. But I always be like, Pee-Pee, say hi to Otis. Come here and say hi to Otis. So Alex was like, I think that, because then, like, even, like, Boo Radley, even though Boo Radley didn't really play with toys, I'd always be like, hey, Boo, Otis says hi. And so Alex was like, you know, you're wanting something to, like, because I was wanting something to kind of, like, connect Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee to these two new little guys. And so, like, as, like, a family. And he was like, I think that's perfect. Plus, like, he's like, I like the name Otis. He's like, it's kind of a vibe. He was like, I like that name and whatever. And I was like, I like Otis. I think it's cute. Not really anybody else really liked Otis, except for Caroline. Caroline liked Otis. But I was like, you know what? I like Otis. And I think that's a cute name. So then it was like, what do I name the other one? Well, when it was a sister, I was really thinking about Alice. Otis and Alice. Alex used to work with an Alice. This is the problem when you know people, like, right? Like, Alex used to work with an Alice, and so he was like, I don't want it to be the name of somebody that I know, but I wanted kind of like an old-fashioned name, like Caroline had Mabel. So we were going through, like, all these different girl names. But what happened with the girl was that they placed her, and so she's getting picked up, like, an hour after we were picking these little guys up. And if she wasn't, yes, I probably would be sitting here with 3 dogs. I mean, one of the reasons why a lot of people were like, just get all 3 dogs. You know you want to do that, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, 3 dogs is a lot different than taking care of 2 dogs. We had 3 dogs, but we also had 1 dog and then introduced 2. To train 3 dogs at the same time is completely different than the way that we did it. And I've said that a lot. Like, we had Pee-Pee, and Pee-Pee kind of trained Boo and Tucker. So, I mean, to train 3 dogs, I think is going to be a lot. And also, and I said this in the vlog yesterday, I mean, and we witnessed this today. I mean, she kind of, like, followed our friend all around her house and was kind of just like, I mean, they were very sweet to each other, but they were, all of them, like, even with her dogs, like, all the dogs were real sweet with each other. So, I mean, they were great with other dogs and stuff like that. So, but anyway, so it just kind of hit me. I don't know why this is bizarre, but this video will live on in history forever as being, like, the gotcha day, I guess. I don't love that word, gotcha day. My friends have been, like, messaging it to me today, which I think is sweet. And I did actually, so for all the dogs, like, their birthdays and stuff like that, I have, like, on like a notes app. And so I put on here like, you know, Walter and Otis, and I put like their gotcha day is today because I want to remember what it is because I always forget. And then Alex and I were like, which day was it? So then when I knew that it was going to be the brother, I was like, okay, I've got to come up with a boy name, like a definitive boy name. And that was when it was like, it was probably going to be Otis and Atticus. I also thought about doing Atticus and Jim, but I really liked the story of Otis, and I thought it was kind of a different name. And I mean, I know that I did not realize so when I then was like Googling like Otis and all this kind of stuff, and of course like the music of Otis Redding I love, but when I was Googling Otis, it like came up Milo and Otis. And I was like, so this is what I was talking about in my vlog yesterday when I was saying like the movie connection. I was like, oh my God. And I've never seen Milo and Otis, the movie. I think it's two cats or something, right? Or a cat and a dog. I don't know. I've never seen the movie. But like, I was like, oh my God, everybody's going to think that we named him after Milo and Otis, which we didn't. But anyway, I love this story. So I was like, Otis. Okay, so then I was like, I want a name from To Kill a Mockingbird. And I really, but like Atticus is like, everybody guesses Atticus. And I do love the name Atticus, right? And I even was like, I would sit outside and be like, Atticus. And then I felt like I was like sounding like Scout, like in the movie, you know, like Atticus. Every time I would say it, I would like hear the beginning part when he's like, where's Jim? Jim's not coming down. You know, he says he's not coming down until you agree to play football for the Methodists. I'm not coming down. I'm too old to play football, Jim. Anyway, you guys remember the beginning scene, To Kill a Mockingbird. So I was thinking through it, and I was like, I liked Hecate. Well, I mean, I liked the name Hecate from the sheriff of Macomb County, and that was also Atticus's friend. And I was like, oh my God. So there's two Walter Cunninghams in To Kill a Mockingbird. There's the dad, and he's the guy that Scout, like, is bringing the entailment, the chestnut. I think they're chestnuts or something, because he can't pay his bill to Atticus. So he's in the opening scene. He's also the guy that when Scout goes to the jail and they're like trying to break in to kill Tom Robinson, like Scout's the one that stops him, and she goes, she's like, I remember you. Remember we met that one morning? You were bringing my dad some. I remember you. She goes, I'm friends with your son. I'm friends with Walter. Do you remember? Okay, I love that scene so much. And so Walter Cunningham, the older one, is the one. But that's not who he's named after. He's named after the younger Walter Cunningham Jr., who Scout gets in a fight with in To Kill a Mockingbird. And he's blonde and kind of tow-headed, which is why I thought this was perfect, because he's tan. And Walter Cunningham is the one that he gets into a fight with Scout, and so Jim asks him over for lunch. And he asks Calpurnia for the molasses syrup. He's like, can I have the syrup, please? And then he pours it all over his meal, like his roast and stuff. And Scout says, what in the Sam hell are you doing, Walter? And then Atticus taps the table, and then they go outside. And that's where she says she's not going back to school anymore. And this is, so Walter Cunningham to Scout is really a lesson about compassion and lacking you don't judge people, you don't, you know, whatever. And then also, that's where the conversation comes about compromise. And Scout says, because she says, the teacher says you're teaching me to read all wrong, and if I keep on going to school, then we can't read. And he goes, do you know what a compromise is? And she says, breaking the law. And he says, well, not exactly. And he's like, here's the deal. He's like, you agree to keep on going to school, and we'll keep reading every night like we always have. I feel like I'm just like, who was texting me? Oh my God, Tanya's texting me. We just talked. She couldn't see the pictures that I was sending her, so she's probably seen them now. Tanya was crying on the phone. She was so excited. She was like, oh my God, adorable. They look like little baby pigs. So, yeah, this is it. What are you doing? Are you waking up? They both given me kisses all over my face. The one, Walter, I'm not used to saying their names yet. Walter, when I was laying there and Alex was laying there, and he was like texting his friend and stuff, and we were sitting here talking, he like put his paw right on my hand. I was like, oh my God. So they're home. You want to show everybody your little ducky? You do? You guys are tired, aren't ya? Say, we wanted to show everybody who we were, but we didn't want a whole video. So maybe we'll do a welcome video later in the week or something. maybe we'll just feel it. Honestly, like I said, I really didn't think that I was going to, like, film a video or show them on video or anything today. And in all honesty, like, just in complete transparency, I got kind of in my head about it. I was like, well, should I, shouldn't I, blah, 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 whatever, a couple days ago. And both Nikki and Caroline were like, show what you want to show. Like, if you want to show them, show them. If you don't want to show them, don't show them. Like, you know what I mean? And I think I sometimes get in my head too much about that. And, like, moving forward, like, I was like, so last night, I had this emotional moment. What was the song? God, it's from this movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. If you guys know this song, you'll know why I was, like, so emotional. Hold on a second. Is it still? No, because or maybe it's still on here. Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. On the Nature of Daylight by Max Richter. Do you guys know this song? I can't play it for you. It's really sad song. On the Nature of Daylight. What's this movie it's from? Okay, I did not know that. It was written in response to 2003 Iraq War. What was the movie that it was in? I thought it says The Arrival, but I thought it was the movie. Maybe we heard it in some other one. Oh, it has appeared in over 20 films and TV shows. Shutter Island was what it is in. Oh, it says The Last of Us, too. But Shutter Island is how I found it. And so I was listening to it last night, and I was sitting outside, and I was doing my prayers and meditations, and just kind of talking to Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee and being like, just watch over us, you know, as we bring these little guys in, and, you know, they're your brothers, and just kind of talking to God about all of it, and, you know, and just kind of praying over this and stuff like that, which I know a lot of people don't do, but it makes sense to me. So I don't know, in that moment, I was just kind of like, I think that with the beginning of this new chapter in my life, of getting these guys, I think it's time to, you know, like, I don't know, I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do, and if people have a problem with it, I guess people have a problem with it. If I want to show my dogs, I'm going to show my dogs, you know? If I want to show my gut, I'm going to show my gut. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, I'm 53 years old. I'm tired of being concerned about what people think or give a shit about me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, and I've done really well. I haven't in a long time. And I think with this, I'm just like, you know what? People ask to see. I know that you guys have been so nice to keep up with it. I'm like, I'm gonna show the dogs. You guys want to see? Out here, you guys want to see the dogs? Let's. Yeah, well, you're kind of waking up a little bit. You want everybody to see you? Say hi. There's my ducky. How you doing, bud? How you doing, Walter? Do you think that's a good name for you, buddy? You think that's a good name? Walter is a good name for you? He said, I don't know. You sure are awfully sweet, aren't you? Look at that little paw. Yeah. You get to meet the vet. You got your little ducky. That's Shorty. He's falling asleep again. Look at this little one. It's like we got a little skunk in the house. He is so cute. Hi, honey. So anyway, it feels surreal. I will say that. Like, it feels absolutely surreal too. Yeah. Oh, your brother's over here. I think he's jumping in his dream. Yeah. Now his tail's a-waggling over there. Yeah. What are we going to learn this week? We're going to learn how to do our potties. Yeah. We don't know that word yet. We're going to learn some words this week. He just went back to sleep. He's like, I'm going back to sleep on that. We're going to learn how to do our potties this week. Oh, look at you. Are you getting up? No, but Otis just turned over on his back. You like your name? You like your name, Walter? I'm Walter Cunningham. Oh, you're stretching out you're turning on your back now too. Look at you, bud. We're gonna learn words this week. We're gonna learn potty and outside and house and dinner. Those are our 4 words we're gonna learn this week on the spelling test. And then what else? You've only met one of your toys so far. You've only met Shorty the duck. Of course I had to call him Shorty. So last night, let me tell you everything I did. Okay, so hanging in the tree now. Listen, I know when I say this, the camera stopped. I know when I say this, there's going to be a few people that are devastated by this, but it's, you know what, it's for a while, and then when they are trained and the back door is fixed and all that kind of stuff so they can go in and out through the back door, like by fall probably, we will have the bird feeders out there. The bird feeders aren't really being used that much, except for Rita Raccoon and Steve the Squirrel anyway. So, if I'm taking them out at night, I don't like, I mean, it's not like with Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee we didn't have animals in the neighborhood, because we did. But I just am not wanting, you know, like a family of all these 50 animals out there in the tree every single night. So I moved, well, one of the bird feeders I put up back, the other two, but I just put it on the back porch. I haven't hung it or anything. The other two I put in the garage. The water bowl I emptied and I put it in the garage. So when we get the door fixed is when I will do all this stuff out back with the bird feeders and the shepherd's hooks and all that kind of stuff. So right now in the yard is just the goldfinch feeder, which I know makes people, I'm sure some people are like, Peter, you got rid of all the birds. It wasn't like anymore, like in the last couple weeks, well, since we've been back from Mexico, there's been ducks and geese and birds. If they start coming back around, then, and once these little guys get a little bit more trained out there, then I will put the bird feeders out there. But the bird feeders are, you know, right now attracting all kinds of animals at night. So I moved like the water bowl and everything. So right now the only thing out there is the goldfinch feeder, because that's the one that is not like attracting the raccoons and whatever. And Steve the Squirrel, and or maybe it's, I think everybody said yesterday they agreed that it was Stevie. Somebody said in the video, because I was talking about how Steve and Shirley were humping, and maybe it's Cheryl. Cheryl, what's the paint company? Anyway, maybe it's Stevie and Cheryl. I don't know. But anyway, somebody said that usually like the bigger squirrel is the girl. So maybe Steve has been Stevie all this time. I don't know. I don't know about all that kind of stuff. I don't know squirrel business. But anyway, so what was I saying? So yeah, so did all that, watered the ferns, made everything accessible. Now I do know, okay, from coming inside, that Walter can jump up on the steps. Otis cannot, he's too small. Otis can't, so he has to be picked up on the steps. But Walter walked right up the steps into the house. Didn't you, buddy? He said, yeah. Mm-hmm. You smell so good, you smell like puppy dogs. Because you are, yes. What are you doing, huh? You sleeping over there? Yeah. So that's the story of Walter and Otis. Are you waking up? You want to say hi to everybody? You want to come here and say hi to everybody? Come here. Walter, Otis made his appearance. Do you want to make your appearance? Okay. So this is Walt. See, he's so tired. You're so tired, aren't you, Betty? This is little Walter. I thought you were waking up, but it looks like you're going back to sleep. Hmm? I don't have very many teeth. My teeth are very small. But my dad bought me lots of teeny greenies. Yeah. What is it? He said, I'm ready to go back to sleep. Why are you boys so tired today, huh? Are you with your little brother? Are you guys hanging out sleeping together? You are? Are you the best of friends? So when we were there, we were like taking them over. I was like, say goodbye to your sissy and stuff like that. And they were like coming up to her, and she was like, she was kind of like, I think I'm ready to be by myself for a while. She's like, I think I'm ready to be by myself for a little while. She was just like sleeping in the bed, but they got to say goodbye to her. I got locked. You guys want to see her his sister or their sister? Okay. She's real cute. But she's going to this friend's dad or something like that. She's real sweet. I've got 9 million pictures of them today. Okay. Where is a picture of her? I think I have a video of her, actually, not a picture, maybe. Hold on. Where's the picture of her? Maybe I don't have a picture of her. Oh, no, I do. Here it is. So that was her. Yeah. You boys are so sleepy. And there's our frog. That should be my thumbnail. Welcome home. What are we gonna do, huh? We got the vlog done for the day. Should we just nap all day? Where are you going, huh? Oh my gosh, he is sleeping right where Boo Radley. He just moved. He's sleeping right where Boo Radley used to sleep. Look at this. Yeah. I got to text her because the one thing I didn't ask her was what time she fed them this morning. She's got them on like a tight schedule, so I want to keep them on that schedule. So I've got to text her about that. She was going to a concert tonight, so she was all excited about that. But she was like, text me about anything that you want to know. So anyway, I don't know what else to share with you guys. I mean, there's not much to say. There's the puppies and... I mean, everybody keeps on texting me and they're like, are you happy? Does it feel right? It feels 100% right. You know, I mean, we're obviously just getting to know each other a little bit and stuff like that. I mean, just laying here and holding their paws and just seeing them. And, you know, I was talking to them on the way home and I was like, you're coming home with us. Like, you're going to live with us for the rest of your lives. And, you know, and I was like, you know, talking to them and, I mean, they obviously, you know, they don't understand a lot of it, but I'm like, I'm your dad, and this is your home, and this is your yard, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's just all of that. I don't know. It, like, you know, I think one thing about it, I'm in this whole state of, like, I think this is one of the things that happened since Boo's passed away, is that, you know, I'm really into, like, just simplifying, like, life and just, you know, making it very, very, like, simple and not getting into all this kind of stuff. And I think that one of the things that, like, with having pets, dogs, cats, whatever, is that you get up and you take them out and you feed them and their wants and their desires are very small. You know, it's like, I want a toy or I want a bone or I want a treat or I want to go potty or I want to take a nap or whatever. And so when you live around that every day, it just... innately, you're just going to kind of simplify your life a little bit because you think that way. I'm not saying that sicknesses and medical issues and things with, obviously, we've gone through our fair share of that with the dogs, you know, that's complicated. It is complicated. But the everyday in and out of having pets, I think, gives your life a simple structure to some degree, unless you have, like, this huge complication. And I think to some degree, that kind of simple structure was a little bit of, like, what I had, you know, with the 3 dogs and with Boo and stuff like that, that I don't know, today I just was like, when we got back to the house and, you know, they were just like, kind of like, I don't know, like we came in and they like, both of them went underneath the dining room table and were just kind of like sitting there like, where are we? Like, we don't know, you know? And I like went down and I was like, well, I was like, you guys, it's okay. And so I went in and I got them both these like little chewy milk bone treats. Everything that we have is like teeny, teeny, tiny, right? And so I got them and they like came out from under the table and then they like started walking around and whatever. Walter was the one that walked around a little bit more. And, he was like sniffing stuff. I mean, we have like shop vac the hell out of this house to make sure there's like nothing on the floors and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, so he was like walking around a little bit and then like Otis was kind of following him. I will tell you this, that you can tell, because when we were at her house, she's like, I want to take him outside. She's like, they just play, and this might be kind of why they're tired too. She said they had played for like a half an hour to an hour twice already. So, but she's like, I want you to see them like play out in the yard with like my dogs and stuff like that. The little one, Otis, oh my God, he was like jumping on the other dogs' backs, and she has Yorkies and stuff like that. And so he was jumping on the other one's back. I mean, he's small, but he's, I should have named him Dill. I should have, because like, what does he say? I'm small, but I'm mighty, or something like that. I mean, this little guy, Otis, is going to be, he's going to be an active one, aren't you? Yeah, are you stretching out? He said, I'm stretching my body out. I'm stretching my body out. He was like this, doing all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I don't know. Like, I was just laying, and, you know, Alex today was like, what do you think? Are you excited? I was like, yeah, it feels perfect. It does. It feels like, I mean, obviously there's no perfect situation, but it feels as perfect as possible, you know? And so, yeah, I'm super, super excited about it. And Shorty is happy to have a new home too. So Well, we're gonna relax, and so it's burning hot up here right now. I have the air conditioning on like 69. Well, I'm hot, probably just from sitting here talking, but I had the fan on earlier and the lights off. So I'm gonna turn the fan on, turn the lights off, put Jurassic Park on. We're gonna watch a little bit of that until Alex gets home. And then we're just gonna like watch movies and relax tonight. And yeah, I kind of didn't expect to even film a vlog, you know. Once we get to know each other a little bit more, maybe next week, like on my drama channel, I'll post like a video, like, you know, showing the dogs a little bit more. I'll film some footage this weekend of them like running around the yard and, you know, the house, and when they're playing, when they're not sleeping, they're just sleeping, you know. And maybe I'll put like a little video together on my drama channel or something. I feel like I should do that, you know. Like, I feel like I should, I don't know, commemorate that. Yeah. And it makes me really, really happy that their sister got a place too, and that all 3 dogs that were surrendered, well, all the dogs that, well, the 3 siblings, but there's more dogs than that, all the dogs that were surrendered were like found homes. So that makes me happy more than anything. And yeah. God, it's so weird to see these 2 little guys sleeping on the bed. I mean, it feels super surreal, you know? I honestly was a little worried last night. I was kind of like, maybe I'm going to be really, really sad when they get home, and it's going to bring up a lot of the boo stuff. And you know, I was thinking a lot about my mom, like, and how, like, in grieving, I think part of grieving is not having to say goodbye indefinitely or, you know, infinitely, or shutting off that part of your emotions. Like, I can still have feelings about Tucker and Boo and Pee-Pee, and, you know, and Boo's really the one that I think hit me the most because we had him the longest just by himself. But I can still have those feelings and emotions and also have space to love these new guys as well, you know? And so for me, like, I think it was kind of like trying to figure all that out. And so today, I think there was a part of me that was worried about that, you know, that I get them and I just wouldn't be able to shut that off. And I wouldn't say like today, I feel like I'm not, I don't know, there's almost kind of like an honoring. It almost kind of feels a little bit to me like, I don't know, in some special place and, you know, in heaven, like Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee are looking down, being like, you know, there's our little brothers, and, you know, they're at home now, you know? Gonna get me emotional thinking about it, but there's a part of that, and I don't know, there's a happiness that comes with that too, you know. So I think that, you know, grieving is not linear, and I think that and this is obviously not a solution to that, but I also think that there's space for grieving and there's space for loving all in the same place. And I don't know, it feels really right today, and I'm really, really happy. I will say this at the very end. I woke up today, because a couple people are like, oh, I think this is going to take your anxiety away immediately. Obviously, we didn't have the dogs yet today, but I woke up today, and the shaking was, I mean, I haven't had anxiety when I woke up for the last couple days, and today the shaking was like through the roof. And I was like, oh my God, is this apprehension and whatever? But everything went fine, and brought them home, and it's been good. So, look at them. Aren't they so sweet? Welcome home, little guys. So there you go. Didn't think I was going to do that today. I honestly thought I'd be putting up a statement at like 8 o'clock tonight and be like, hey, you guys, I'm not going to vlog tonight. But I'm just like sitting here and I thought, well, why not? I know people are excited for me. I know people want to see what they look like and what their names are and stuff like that. So it's Walter is the tan one. Otis is the black and white one, the little one. And they're 5 months old, and they're brothers, and they're half Shih Tzu. Well, hi. Do you know your name already after an hour? It's been like 4 hours now. Do you know your name already? Walter just looked up, but he went back to sleep. They're half Shih Tzu and half Chihuahua. And they're very, very sweet. So, all right, with that, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to put on Jurassic Park when they get up. We're going to go back out and potty. It looks like it's, I can kind of see down there, it looks like it's starting to get like dark again. So I'm thinking about maybe I should take them out now. They'll fall right back asleep when I, you know, come up here, and then take them out before it starts raining again. And then we can watch in Jurassic Park and turn on the fan and cool down and stuff. Who's texting me? Oh my God, everybody's texting me. Oh, my stepmom texted me because I sent her some pictures. Oh, my dad and my stepmom last night, I was talking to them. They were so excited. They were like so excited. So, All right, well, I'm going to get off here, but I already know you guys are going to be so excited for me, and I just want to say thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Tomorrow I'm just going to kind of play it by ear, and obviously I can vlog and, film videos with her, like, sleeping right next to me. It's not hard. I kind of forgot this when we were over there today. We haven't had a puppy in 16 years, and so when I was over there today, like, they would play for a little, like, 5 minutes, and then they'd all go to the bed and sleep, and I said, oh, I forgot that puppies. I remembered, like, towards the end, like, with Boo Radley, he slept a lot, and I remember Tanya said to me, older dogs and puppies sleep a lot, and so I said that to our friend, and she said, puppies sleep all the time. Do you not know that? And I said, or she said, she didn't say, do you not know that? But she said, puppies sleep all the time. Did you forget that? And I was like, Alex is like, yeah, don't you remember Boo and Tucker slept all the time? I was like, I don't really remember that. So, I don't know. Depending on what a day looks like tomorrow, I might vlog, or I might just take the day off tomorrow. It just kind of depends. Oh, well, you know what? I probably will, because we have this birthday party that we're supposed to go to, but I don't think I'm going to go to it. So, I think Alex said if I wanted to, we could just stop in for like a half an hour. And all my neighbors were like, we can like watch them and check in on them or whatever. But anyway, I don't think I'm going to go. So Alex is going to go. So while Alex is at that, I will probably whip out the camera and just let you guys know what like the first day was like for the little guys and me and Shorty. I found the duck. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna get off here now. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive, so loving, and so excited for us. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, and I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.